thank you for being here. We have some
Thank you.
questions
Yeah.
for you. And what are the benefits to work with natural ingredients and not only organic ingredients?
Uh, well, the benefits is that the palette is much larger. So already, the perfumer's palette, just natural raw materials is much narrower. But if you're using just organics, then it's like a niche of a niche of a niche.
Yeah.
So by going natural rather than just organic, basically we had access to so many different beautiful natural ingredients, which are natural, but they don't have the organic certificate. So
it gives you more freedom in space to play.
yeah, and the organic thing, I think it's a lot of, a lot of the natural raw materials are organic because they're wild harvested of these things. However, there's such small companies that they didn't want to pay to get the official organic certificate. So it's really almost a bureaucratical kind of thing. So then a lot of the natural ingredients are organic anyway. You just can't have the certificate.
Yeah.
So yeah, basically the palette, the perfumer's organ that I was able to use is much broader, and that makes more complex, richer, faceted fragrances. So.
Okay, great. And you work with Francis,
Right.
but what is your freedom? Do you get a briefing from Francis that, okay, I want this and you create it? Or do you both come together and there's also a little bit of freedom for yourself?
Yeah, I mean, usually, for bigger corporate commercial fragrances, we get a brief and we do what they want basically. Whereas, what was amazing with this project was this meandering journey we went on, and Francis actually came down to Paris, and we actually smelled through all of the naturals together. And so basically, we started from a blank page, and that was something really amazing when you we started a journey not knowing where we would end up, and creating these fragrances has just been fantastic. But I think the journey is still only beginning. So
Yeah. Let's hope so. So now there are 5 fragrances. We were looking at the ingredients, and we were talking about natural ingredients and organic ingredients, but also like synthetic ingredients. There are some ingredients in the list of your fragrances. How does it work? Because you were talking about molecules. Can you explain that again?
Right, absolutely. Because basically, when we smell, we're actually smelling olfactive molecules, and the big question is, how do you get that olfactive molecule? 99% that's actually being extracted from the petrochemical industry. So they have crude oil. It's modern chemistry, which is actually derived from crude oil. However, if you could get that same olfactive molecule from nature, it's actually a natural source. So for example, citral, which makes lemon smell the way it smells, is actually present in Litsea cubeba oil, 80%. So if you imagine you take the Litsea cubeba oil, take off the 20%, you actually have pure citral. That's that one molecule without doing any petrochemical chemistry. So that's it. You can consider that citral natural because it's coming from a natural source. So the molecules, the pure molecules which we use in these compositions are all coming actually from a natural origin. The ambroxan is coming from clary sage oil. So yeah, that's the reason. There's nothing synthetic actually.
Okay, so you have like ambroxan, which normally is synthetic.
Right.
And now you have the clary sage.
Yeah.
You get one molecule from the clary sage,
Right.
which is ambroxan.
Ambroxan, exactly.
So it's naturally driven, and you use it in your fragrance. So then it's not synthetic, but natural.
Exactly, but even the citral, which is, there's none in this. It's just an example. There's none in fragrances, but most citral would be coming from a chemical process. But you can get it from the Litsea cubeba. It's much more expensive. So ambroxan, it's almost always chemical. Citral, it's almost chemical. Vanillin, it's almost always chemical. But you can, if you want to pay, get it from a natural source.
Okay.
And Francis was very generous. So.
That's good. So you can take it out. So then nothing is done with it. Then it's natural. If you take it out, that one molecule, and you do something with it, then it will be.
No, I think it's really the origin which is important. It means that the starting point was nature and non-petrochemical. That's really the point. So I think even if you do something, like for example, if you have two different molecules that combine together to make a new molecule, but both of those two molecules come from a natural origin. It's still natural origin. So really the important thing is that we're not using any synthetics coming from petrochemicals. And that's as soon as you have petrochemical involved in the equation, then it's synthetic. It's not
Then it's
natural.
totally synthetic. Okay. Well, thank you very much for your time.
Thank
and,
you.
We're looking forward to
Yeah.
see you in the stores.
Excellent. Yeah.
Okay, thanks.
Thanks a lot.